Okay, 27 days out till the election, less than a month. I'm going to start off with some good news, bad news, and then the insanity of what's going on. Alright, the good news is, even though North Carolina was hit really bad, the continuous efforts of generally just regular people, and the fact that I've seen where the government is there and some help is coming in with the military, with the Chinook helicopters, and I believe the Army Corps of Engineers is actively helping now. Um, things are looking better. My friends told me that their family got water and electricity on. But now the big challenge is there are still people trapped in isolated areas, but they've been airlifting supplies and makeshift showers, shelters, and stuff to these people still trapped in these little rural townships and that up there. So it's progressing to where aid is getting through, and relief is heading in a forward manner or recovery. Okay. And things are getting more well organized, more people are showing up, and so that's a good thing. But now we got the weather coming. It's cold, and up in the mountains it's going to be colder. So now we have the fear of making sure people have some sort of heat or shelter or something. But things are going in a good direction. Now, the bad news is what's about to happen later this evening to Florida. This is not good. To have two disasters back to back. Like I said, North Carolina, Georgia is still recovering, and now we're going to have, they say it's one of the largest hurricanes to hit Florida. And the way it's going to hit Florida hasn't happened since 1921 or something. And, they know it's going to be another huge disaster. People have been evacuating. I believe my two friends have gotten out. But again, our country's going to get hit with another mega disaster. Okay, so send out your prayers and that for those people in Florida, because now we have two major disasters happening back to back, and the year isn't over yet. So, a little bit of bad news there. So, now the insanity. A lot of questions have come up, and politically, just from the North Carolina incident and that hurricane, Helene or whatever, people have asked many questions to the government, like what's going on. And it's basic questions. Why was there no money? Why wasn't there the response faster? You're sending money to foreign countries, but it doesn't quite look like you're helping out here. And they've been in a panic. Like I said yesterday, it's falling apart. They can't answer these questions. Everybody's blaming someone else or talking in a total thing where they just go on babbling horse shit but never really answer the question. It's kind of simple. So this has gotten even worse. Now, of course, in the midst of all this, both Harris and Trump are still going full bore with their campaigns. Okay, traveling, going here, going to rallies. Harris has been on several TV programs and this, and it's insane what they're doing. And now they're starting. Yesterday was disinformation, and now they're accusing one another of using these disasters as a political edge, or to drag it all into politics. to use it, to their advantage. So I didn't quite hear nothing about Trump. It's all kind of on Harris. And I guess she was calling the governor of Florida, DeSantis. And she said that he wouldn't return her calls. So this just started a whole thing. And she was on a TV show with all these women saying, how terrible it is and how he's wrong for not answering her calls. And then it turns into where Trump's just an ass and beating people down, and I'm president, I'll uplift this. And again, blaming Trump for the lack of money in FEMA, and this was done under his administration, and back and forth, and then railing on the governor of Florida, who the governor of Florida replied, I am doing everything. I am in contact and in communication with the President of the United States. Not the Vice President, the President, the head of FEMA, all of these different organizations. He goes, I am busy contacting them. Okay? And everyone's asking, what can Kamala Harris do? Okay, what authority or what power does she have? And if you want to see disinformation, it's like when they pulled this whole strange thing where Biden was going to run, and now Biden's not going to run. Then there were no votes or nothing. They just said that she's our candidate all of a sudden, just replaced it. And also that Biden got on there and said that she's been doing all of these things all along. Okay, so she's campaigning. He's saying she's doing a lot and helping run the government, I guess. And then he disappears. Now in the midst of all this disaster, and everyone's looking like, well, who really is running the government? He reappears. Okay? And I mean, when you look at these press conferences and everything at the White House or just in general, it's making my head spin. The lies or the contradictions, and that is totally out of control. And everybody's trying to blame everybody. And what it came down to is, I seen one clip. I don't know where it came from, but Biden was sitting at a desk, I guess in the White House. All these press people, all you hear is this clamor and noise and everything. Everyone screaming, trying to get them to pick them to ask a question. And then he just said, we're getting everything's prepared, everything's ready for Florida. He's talking about this next disaster. He goes, I've been in contact with people and we're ready for this. Basically what he said, because it's hard to hear. But the strange thing is, the man sitting at that table, it looks like him, kind of was very clear-eyed, very to the point, and spoke clearly and directly answered the question, which is inconsistent to the man that was at the debate and mumbling and all this other stuff, which to me is bizarre in itself. Okay, so that was unusual. And of course Harris is on this campaign that, everyone's ignoring her and disinformation and, just keeps going on and on. Now I believe is the time for us to pull together as Americans like we did in North Carolina. You have to remember the relief efforts and a lot of the things that were done by private citizens, funded by private citizens. I've given money, I've given material. Okay, me and just about everyone in this community has. Okay. Whatever we could spare or whatever we had on hand. Okay, that is what made a difference. to watch these people in this political monkey show, okay, and I really don't know what's happening in the Democratic Party, because all of a sudden they put Harrison as the candidate. They're building her up. They're saying she's coming ahead in the polls, and now they're saying things that are like undermining her. I kind of don't understand it. Or why are they changing their tune so close to the election? Okay. We're now Biden. We didn't hear from him for about a month. Now he's on TV, now he's making statements, and now he's doing this. And rightfully so. I am not sure what powers the vice president has. I know the vice president is, more or less kind of sworn in as president when there's the death of the president, or like when 9/11 happened and President Bush was in the air and going to a secure location. The vice president was in Washington, and temporarily he more or less, I guess, calls the shots. I really don't know much at all about what the vice president can do on their own without the president's approval. So this whole disinformation thing, where they more or less insinuated that Kamala Harris was running the country when they switched over whoever and Biden was not appearing anywhere. But now that seems to have been reversed, and we, do have a president who is still officially the president, Joe Biden, and he is in communication with people in this pending disaster area. So, but you see, like Nancy Pelosi was on a TV show, and they were showing her when they said, "Did you pressure the president to leave?" "Oh, no, it wasn't me." And I guess the 60-minute thing with Kamala Harris was another three-ring circus keeps getting brought up. And now she's just out there trashing on Trump. I mean, hammering on him. But it seems that the government, like even today, is far worse. I thought it was screwed up yesterday. Now it's falling apart. They're all at each other's throats. They're all blaming each other. Okay? And really, the activity and what's going on, you can come up with anything you want, but it doesn't look good. Okay? I have no idea who's in control of this country or what. I guess we got 27 days. God help us. Okay? We got to get through these next few days and see how bad Florida's hit. And another major disaster, loss of life, loss of property. It's going to hurt the economy all the way around. Like I explained yesterday, we're waiting for homeowners insurance to jump up 42%. And with everything else on the increase, okay, the average person, even though, thank God nothing bad has happened to me personally, and I really do, my heart goes out for the people that lost their lives and stuff and everything. But all of this is just going to come down to where the average person is going to end up paying for all this. Okay, and it's just it's going to cripple. It's an economic disaster for us. Who knows? But anyway, guys, that's what's going on today. I'll be back tomorrow, and just pray that things calm down a little. I don't see how it can be more out of control and more ridiculous of what they're doing on the political end of this. Okay, it's starting to get really scary. Okay, as we go forward. But tomorrow's another day. Hopefully, maybe some things will get a little better. Okay? Alright, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.